Yo, what is up, guys? Dooney292 here. And I want to be talking about my school and what happened. So my school was threatened for a school shooting. By the way, I'm playing Express, and I'm not that good at Express. I never get this map, and I never liked it, so I know I'm gonna do bad. But I know Call of Duty isn't really the best game to be doing a commentary over about this. So what happened pretty much was my school was threatened for a school shooting, um, last night at around 10 o'clock ish, which is pretty scary. Like imagine, you're about to like go to sleep or something. I was just playing the PlayStation. I was recording a video, and then what do you call it? uh I get a call and I don't answer because I don't hear it. I have my headset on and I'm recording, so I don't really hear anything. So pretty much what happened was I got a call, and then after I got a call at around 10 o'clock ish, I guess, and then they were saying that we're gonna be having a delayed opening. And with a delayed opening, it's usually around like we get to school at like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, which is pretty good, I guess. But you know, the thing that's like really scary is that like having to go to school and knowing that like your school just got threatened. But so yeah, like that's pretty like scary to think about. Like you're just going to school and knowing that like your school is just threatened. But you know me and my brother, we weren't even late to the bus. Like the bus took like a while to get to my house. Yeah, it took a while to get to my house. So the bus came at like 8 o'clock, and like 8:55, and me and my brother left the house at like 7:50, I guess. Yeah, we left at like 7:50, 7:30. And after we left, what do you call it? We were on our way to school, and what do you call it? Um, they had like a lot of like police officers there, which makes a lot of sense, And they were checking people for IDs, and they were checking bags and stuff. And then I didn't have my ID because I don't bring my ID home because I know when I get to school, it's gonna be at home. I'm gonna forget. So what do you call it? They were checking for IDs and stuff, and I didn't have my ID, so I'm like, oh God. I'm like, watch everything just bad happen. But you know, it, a police officer. I was the first person, at the seats. Like I was just front row, first person. Um, the first person who exited the bus too. So I was just the first person, and what do you call it? They asked me where's my ID, and then I'm like, I don't have it. It's in my locker. And then the woman goes like, "Oh, we got another one." And then I'm like, "Oh shit." And then that's when my stomach like turned into a pit. And that's when I'm like, "Oh God." And then what do you call it? She's like, "Don't worry. A lot of kids have their IDs in their locker and stuff." So then she got the officer, and then she asked him if he could take me to my locker. And then I guess he told another teacher, and it was my first period teacher, my Spanish teacher. Um, and he told her that like I have my ID in my locker, and then she said, "Oh, okay." And then she understood, but then they would not let me go to my locker. They're like, "Oh, just go to the gym." They just like led me in a circle. Like they kept like avoiding me to go to my locker. They're like, "You can't go to your locker." Once I got to the gym, they're like, "You can't go to your locker because we have to keep all the kids at the gym." And I'm like, okay. But the thing is after since I didn't have my ID, they didn't check me for anything. They didn't even check my bag. They didn't check nothing. So like so much for safety, regulations. They started checking like a lot of my friends and stuff, their pockets, their bags. Um, now, you know, considering the fact that like I thought they'd take this a little bit more like serious because of Sandy Hook and all like other shootings, uh, I thought they'd take this a little bit more like serious and uh, check IDs and check bags a little bit more, but they didn't check me for nothing. All they did was check me for my ID, and I didn't even have my ID, and I'm surprised that they didn't check my bag. I was safe. that was another person that was the shooter. Um, and they just didn't check him. So I don't know, like that's just a scary thing to like even think about. Like my school, they obviously they cared, they took the situation very seriously, but I understand that like they probably missed a few kids because everybody was rushing. You know, everybody needed to get to class, get to the gym. And the reason we get to the gym first is because um that's where we usually go, either gym or breakfast. If you're not gonna eat breakfast, you go to gym. And then I feel like all schools have that. If not, then you know that's what we have at least. But so yeah, after me and my brother were in the gym and we were waiting, and I went to my locker after being in the gym and after them making me loop around and making me avoid going to my locker to grab my ID. So then I went to my locker, you know, I'm going to homeroom, I got all my stuff, and then after homeroom, after first period and all that, we went to third period. Because it was delayed opening, so we skipped second period and we just go straight to third after homeroom and first period. So after I went to third period, my teachers like this kid said like it makes no sense why we didn't have a day off. So, you know, we could be a little bit more safe. And he's right on that. But then my teachers were also right on this part. So both of them were half right. So, but that's what the kid said, and the teachers replied with they said that if they did that, then you know there'd be more threats towards the school, so the kids could have more days off and stuff. And that's true. Like, you know, a lot of people, nobody likes school. Who likes school? Like, honestly. um, but yeah. So, what do you call it? Uh, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of people would probably call, you know, threatening the school just so we could have days off and stuff. Which it does sound stupid, but it's also true coming from the fact that like, you know, people nowadays are getting crazier and crazier and like a little bit more retarded. Now, I also agree with my friend, you know, saying that how come we didn't have a day off, like, you know, just so we could be a bit more safe, just a bit more safe, you know. Um, but they had like so many cops, you know, they had like I think a sheriff, I don't know. But yeah, they had like a lot of cops, they had like a lot of just security and stuff, just uh per like going around the school and at nighttime also, they were checking the school and stuff. So, you know, we can't always be 100% that there was gonna be a school shooting or something, or if there wasn't. But yeah, they did take it, I guess, serious. But I feel they should have taken it a little bit more safe. Only because they didn't check me, which was kind of stupid because I didn't have my ID. And I don't know why they didn't check me. But yeah, so like think about that. Like the killer could have just walked into school like just normally. You know, that's just scary to think about. Like they could have just let him in. Just think about that for just like a second. Imagine that the killer was like literally right next to you. Like, um, I don't even know why I'm saying it like the killer. Like, it was just a threat made. Nothing did happen. Um, it wasn't. You know, thank God it wasn't anything like Sandy Hook or any kind of shooting. Thank God nothing really did happen. But and yeah, thank God we all made it safe. Uh, back home. You know. Uh, but I couldn't afford another day's absent. You know. Only because I have like a couple days absent already, so I can't afford another one. But yeah, I had to go to school. So yeah, it doesn't make perfectly good sense why they didn't give us the day off. It does make sense about that. Because then a lot of people, because nobody likes school, so they'd obviously call threatening the school, and the school would get threats and threats and threats. But yeah, so I didn't really want to give this too much attention because you know, the more attention you give, the more likely it's gonna happen. Which is, you know, the scary and annoying part about it. Um, but yeah, so like pretty much it just delayed the whole school. Uh, you know, I missed breakfast. I couldn't really eat. I could have eaten at home or ate at home, but I didn't get a chance to. So, ooh, I just got a triple kill right there. Ooh, quad. Ah, No, never mind. Well, I guess split. No, no, that sucks. Wow, are you serious? Oh man, that really sucks. This is my luck, right? I just get dicked over. But yeah, I did pretty okay this game, I guess. I don't know, but don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll give more information if we get any information about this situation. But yeah, peace.